Happy Halloween, everybody. Today we're going to be reading Haunted in Rhode Island, just a brief passage. As many people don't know, Rhode Island was actually at one point the vampire capital of America. The small state in the Union hosted the largest number of reports and accounts of vampirism. In this specific book, that some of you may know, being from around the area, it was Mercy Lewis Brown who was the last vampire dug up. Now it says here that back in the day, the cure for vampirism, it was believed that they would dig up the bodies of those that were deceased, they would cut out the heart and lungs, and then they would burn them in a rock in the cemetery and feed the ashes to family members so that they could be cured of vampirism. There were several cases of this in the 1800s, and in the 18th and the 19th century, but since it is stopped. Being as it's close to Halloween, does anybody have any ghost stories or anything that they particularly like to do during Halloween?
Bunch of old school Halloween movies.
A lot of Halloween movies.
Old school ones though, gotta be old school.
What's your favorite?
I don't know. Carrie's good.
Halloween, yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a good answer.
Old school ones, man.
Nice.
That's all.
How about all these movies that come out every Halloween now? I know Saw is now on Saw 5, and I believe they've come out Saw 7, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, and I believe they've come out every Halloween. Do you guys try to make it a tradition to go out and see the newest scary movie during Halloween?
Not really. Why do that when you can sit at home and watch HBO with Halloween movies?
I have a
all
rude
night.
gesture.
Have you guys ever been to any, say a cemetery on Halloween night? Like the Spider Gates is in Massachusetts, I believe. You guys ever heard of it? There's 8 gates, and you can go and see the gates throughout the cemetery, but nobody's ever survived after passing the 8th gate. No one's ever come back.
Oh, that's bogus.
Kids go every year, and apparently
Kids
don't come back.
Let's take a camera crew, let's do it.
I'm down. And we had mentioned before you spent some time in Texas and North Carolina. Did you have any haunted horror stories, perhaps ghost stories from?
Well, there's a place called Gravity Hill in North Carolina, but there's an even creepier place in Texas. I didn't actually go myself, but a buddy of mine went, and it was him and his father. It's this old dirt road, nothing for miles. Supposedly what you do is you go there, you turn your car off, and just sit there. And eventually you'll see like a bouncing ball of light, and you'll hear like the hooves of a horse and whatnot. Not sure if I really buy into it, but my buddy said, once it sounded like the horse was like right in front of the car. The whole front end of the car just bounced and everything, like he jumped on the car. So.
You know how many stories it takes me to not go somewhere? One story, not going there. I'm cool with it. Do you guys participate in maybe local haunted houses or anything like that?
Been to a couple haunted houses.
Yeah.
Usually not that good though.
They're not scary.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of fun for kids though. I mean, you get to kind of walk through, you get spooked a little bit, you get some candy at the end.
It's funny to watch girls. They scream. It's hilarious.
Need something a little scarier
Absolutely.
for adults though, instead of just walking through and going, oh hey, there's somebody behind the curtain.
Right, yeah. It's fun when people put some real effort into it. I know there's a place actually in my town where they do a haunted house every weekend for the entire month of October, and I guess it's pretty good, but they collect cans so they can give them to anybody that needs canned goods and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's all for a good cause, but do you guys still trick-or-treat? I'm 22. I basically made my sister have a baby so I could continue to trick-or-treat now that I'm in my 20s.
I go with my nieces.
Yeah, sure you do.
Well, I make them carry an extra bag and tell whoever that they're doing it for their sick brother at home, but that's my candy.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I still dress up. Like I said, I got a 4-year-old niece, so I can be a Ninja Turtle again if I want to,
Purple.
Do you wear her costume?
No, I don't. She's little princess outfit, about that big. Not my style.
Might look good in it.
I'll have to try it. So, what do you guys? Do you guys believe in ghosts? I personally, I don't really believe in ghosts. I mean, it's just not something I've never seen it. I don't have my own story.
Enough to like not go to the creepy places.
Right,
Like,
that's what I mean.
Don't go to Amityville House.
Right.
Don't go to the cemetery. Just I believe in it enough.
Not my style.
You actually know the Connecticut one that the movie that just came out?
The Haunting in
Haunting
Connecticut?
in Connecticut. It's like 2 minutes from my house in Connecticut.
Really?
You ever go there?
No, I never found out about it till I came up here.
Not visiting you.
Honestly. I never even knew the house was there till I came up here.
Not visiting you.
Yeah, right?
How close? Too close. Not visiting
We're
you.
close.
But do you personally believe in ghosts, or?
He trick or treats.
I had a couple of run-ins. One was at a lad school, I think in North Kingstown. I had a piece of glass thrown at me out of nowhere while upon entering the building, and I hear glass breaking and shattering. Look around, piece of shard of glass on the floor. All right, next thing I know, my arm's covered in blood. Weird. Next thing, let's see. There's a couple more. Actually went to Hell's Gates in Exeter, and we were taking pictures because it's supposed to be a haunted area. And we ended up capturing a picture on digital camera, a bunch of skulls just coming out with their mouths wide open, screaming. And as soon as gone.
Creepy. Not for me. Oxford, Massachusetts actually has a home that they call the Newlywed Home, and it's been vacant for like 20 years now. And I guess the story is that everyone that's ever owned the house was originally built and a married couple moved in, and then the husband died in his sleep and the wife killed herself. So they then sold the house to another newlywed couple, and the very same thing happened. The husband died in his sleep mysteriously, and the wife was claimed to have committed suicide, even though she had no history of suicidal thoughts or any sort of conditions like that. But there's supposedly been 3 or 4 married couples that have moved in and have all died mysteriously within weeks of moving back out of the house. And there's people that said that you could hear at night dishes and glasses being smashed all over the walls and everything like that. Again, I never personally, I'm not going near it. It's not for me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to take my chances, because how cool do you sound if you're like, oh yeah, I went to that place? Well, then 2 weeks later you die, you know what I mean? Like, not worth it. But what about you in your travels? Have you ever come across any haunted houses or ghost stories or anything of that nature?
No.
Not particularly?
No.
Not helping me out at all?
If I don't see it, man, it doesn't exist. I don't believe in ghosts.
Right, got to see it to
It's
believe
all
it.
bogus.
My mom tried to convince me that there was a ghost living in my room at our house. When we first moved in, she was just like, now this is your room, but I'm sorry, this is what's gonna, you're gonna be haunted. And I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. And to this day, there is a rocking chair in that room that has always been in that room, even when I lived in that room, and it rocks in the middle of the night.
Wind.
And I don't know if it's the floor or the wind or whatever, but it moves. It moves all on its own.
Absolutely.
Just rocking all night. It's comforting, actually. I used to fall asleep right to it.
Have you ever tried moving the chair, or?
Move the chair at me, like,
right. Have you ever tried moving the chair, removing it from the room or anything like that, and it comes?
Not from the room.
It comes back into the room.
Does it come back into the room?
It's always been in the room, but I've moved it around the room.
Right. And it just
rocks.
Rocks wherever it goes?
I don't know.
Sounds like something that needs to be firewood.
Yeah. Broken chair, man.
See you later.
Let it rock at night, in the middle of the night.
Nah, you probably burn the chair and she'd shake your bed all night, and then you'd just be like, what the hell?
Left that chair.
But, well, this book is actually full of all sorts of stories. Apparently, Rhode Island is a very haunted place, and if anybody's interested, you can find this book at the New England Institute of Technology Library. I mean, you guys are all living in Rhode Island now. Maybe you'd find something that's interesting or something close to your homes.
Buy it on Amazon for a couple bucks instead of having to check it out.
There, so
right, exactly. Read it and don't go.
Read it and don't go.
That's the best thing to do. But
I say we go. I say we take a camera crew and go.
Oh yeah?
They said that in Paranormal Activity too, and
yeah, which was completely
they
fake.
They grabbed a camera crew and they went, and you know what? They didn't come back. Dream Awards, and then I saw them and I felt better.
How did the footage make it back? You know what I mean? Somebody right before they died put it in like a bottle.
Like with the Blair Witch Project too. That was completely overdone. It was 100% fake.
Never saw it.
God, that was so terrible.
The whole time you were watching it, you just thought about vomiting.
Never seen it.
Yeah, you just wanted to vomit the whole time.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Not for me.
It opened up and it was just like, so we're going into the woods now. Oh, we're in the woods now. Oh, we're running from something in the woods. Oh my God. I was just like, please. I'm gonna throw up.
Enough is enough.
There's been a lot of ghost shows that have become pretty popular. Has anybody watched any Paranormal Activity was a movie. Paranoia State was from, what's that, Pitt State or something like that? Paranormal State was the kids from, yep, and they would go around with cameras and all sorts of technology that they believed that they could capture noises and recordings of, and they would go house to house and try to exorcise the demons or whatever, you know.
I used to work with a chick who was a
Taps is
ghost
pretty
hunter.
good, but a lot of it looks just fake.
Well, yeah, you go to school here,
A lot
you
of
can
it
totally
looks
pull
set
out
up.
everything that they're doing. And
Right.
You're just like, yeah, okay.
There are a couple of things though. What is it? Ghost Adventures or something like that with the weird host guy. Yeah. There's been a few things on there that are pretty much unexplained. Like we're going to school for video and stuff, so you're trying to sit here and figure out how they're pulling some of this stuff off. Some of it you can't honestly figure out ways that it could have been done, because like there's things that have happened where nobody's been around the camera, or nobody was even near where the sound was coming from, or something like that, and just weird stuff happens on that show.
Have you seen the show where they lock people up in supposedly haunted places, and you get like money if you can stay the whole night and stuff like that? And I mean, for me, what it seems like they're doing is there's a guy standing outside of the wall, pounding on the wall the whole time you're trying to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like little things like that. They play a little bit of audio to try and scare you. But anyways, this book again was Haunted Rhode Island, and you can pick it up at your New England Institute of Technology, or I'm sure at any other library in Rhode Island. And I hope everybody enjoys your Halloween. Brush your teeth, check your candy, and dress up and go out and have some fun. That's it. That's it this week. Thank you very much. Take it easy.